Look, we have all been there. You check your banking app, you cover one eye with your hand, you peek through your fingers, and you realize you have exactly $4.12 to last you until, well, until the end of time. It is a humbling experience. It's the kind of experience that makes you consider selling pictures of your feet on the internet, or perhaps selling an unnecessary organ like a kidney or your appendix, because who actually needs an appendix anyway? But before you go full black market surgeon on yourself, just stop, put the scalpel down, breathe, because the internet is actually full of money, like overflowing with it. And a lot of people are too lazy or too skeptical to reach out and grab it. And I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, oh, great, another guy telling me to start a drop shipping business or fill out surveys for 3 cents an hour. No, absolutely not. I value your time way more than that. And frankly, I value my own sanity too much to research that garbage.
We are talking about legitimate, high-paying remote jobs that you can do from your dorm room, your parents' basement, or that coffee shop that hates when you stay for 6 hours and only buy a small iced tea. And the best part? You don't need a degree. You don't need experience. You just need a laptop, Wi-Fi, and the ability to follow basic instructions without setting anything on fire. Now, before we dive into the first one, do me a favor. If you enjoy having money and not eating instant ramen for every single meal until your sodium levels make your doctor cry, hit that subscribe button. It's free, unlike your tuition, and it helps me help you not be broke. Okay, let's get into it. The first job on the list is something called user testing. This is genuinely one of the easiest ways to make money online if you have an opinion. And let's be honest, everyone has an opinion. Usually, people pay to avoid hearing yours, but companies like User Testing, Userlytics, and Try My UI will actually pay you for it. Here's how it works.
Brands and tech companies build websites or apps, and before they launch them to the public, they need to know if regular people can actually figure out how to use them. That is where you come in. You sign up, you download a screen recorder, and you perform simple tasks like find the contact page or go through the checkout process for a pair of socks. While you do this, you speak your thoughts out loud. You literally just ramble. You say things like, wow, this button is hard to find, or why is this font so ugly, or I have no idea how to get back to the homepage. They record your screen and your voice, and you get paid usually around $10 for a 20-minute test. That is $30 an hour if you can chain them together. And I know, you are thinking there must be a catch. The catch is that you have to qualify for the tests, so you cannot just sit there and do them 24/7. But it is fantastic side cash for basically roasting bad web design. Just make sure you articulate your thoughts clearly.
Don't just sit there breathing heavily into the microphone like a creep. Talk, complain, be helpful. It is surprisingly therapeutic. Moving on to number 2. And this one is for those of you who are constantly correcting people's grammar in the YouTube comment section. You know who you are. You are annoying at parties, but you are about to be rich. We are talking about proofreading and editing, but specifically using AI to help you. See, there is a massive demand for content right now. Blog posts, ebooks, newsletters, video scripts. And a lot of people writing this stuff are terrible at spelling, or they are just lazy, or they are using AI to write it and the AI sounds like a robot having a stroke. You can go on sites like Upwork, Fiverr, or specific agencies like Scribe Media and offer proofreading services. But here is the hack that nobody talks about. You don't have to read every single word with a magnifying glass. You use tools like Grammarly or ChatGPT to do the heavy lifting for you. You run the client's text through the software. It catches 90% of the errors, and then you just read through it to make sure it sounds human. You are basically getting paid to be the human filter for robot mistakes.
It is high margin because it takes way less time than writing from scratch.
You charge per word or per hour. And since you are a student, you are probably already in the mindset of reading boring text, so you might as well get paid for it. Plus, seeing other people make mistakes makes you feel superior, which is a nice little ego boost when you are drowning in student debt. Speaking of drowning, let's talk about job number 3, which is being a virtual assistant. This is essentially getting paid to organize someone else's life because your own life is a spiraling disaster. I'm kidding, sort of. Business owners, YouTubers, and executives are overwhelmed. They have emails they don't want to read, calendars they can't manage, and research they don't want to do. That is where you come in. You are the gatekeeper. You reply to emails, you schedule appointments, maybe you book their travel. It is not rocket science. It is just being organized. And the beautiful thing is that you can specialize. If you are good at social media, be a social media VA.
If you are good at graphics, be a design VA. You can find these gigs on Twitter, LinkedIn, or specifically VA agencies like Belay or Fancy Hands. The pay starts around $15 to $20 an hour and goes way up as you prove you are reliable. And reliability is the key word here. If you say you are going to do something, do it. The bar is so low these days that if you just show up on time and answer emails within 24 hours, you are already in the top 1% of workers. It is sad, but it is true. Capitalize on the laziness of others. That is my motto. Actually, my motto is buy low, sell high, but capitalize on laziness is a close second. Now, if the idea of answering emails makes you want to throw your laptop out the window, I get it. People are annoying. So let's look at job number 4, which is transcription and captioning. This is the definition of a grind, but it is steady money, and you can do it while listening to music or podcasts, assuming your brain can handle dual audio inputs.
Sites like Rev or TranscribeMe pay you to listen to audio files and type out what is being said. That is it. You listen, you type. Now, the entry-level pay isn't going to buy you a Lamborghini, but it will definitely pay for your textbooks and your Friday night pizza. And just like with proofreading, technology is your friend here. You can use free AI tools to generate a rough draft of the transcript and then just edit it for accuracy. You turn a 2-hour job into a 30-minute job. Work smarter, not harder. That is the cliche for a reason. Also, if you know a second language, even if you are not fluent but you understand it well enough, the pay doubles or triples for translation services. So if you paid attention in high school Spanish, congratulations. It might actually pay off. Who knew? And finally, we arrive at the holy grail of student jobs, number 5. This one has the highest earning potential if you are actually good at it. High-ticket affiliate marketing, or what I prefer to call recommending stuff without being sleazy.
Look, you are already recommending stuff to your friends. You tell them what movies to watch, what skincare products to use, what video games are good. You are just doing it for free like a chump. Affiliate marketing is just getting a unique link for those products, and when someone clicks it and buys, you get a commission. But I am not talking about Amazon Associates where you get paid 4 cents for selling a book. I'm talking about software, courses, and subscription services. Things that cost $100 a month where you get a 30% recurring commission. You find a software tool you like, maybe a study app or a productivity tool. You make content about it on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, or you write a blog post about how it saved your grades and you put your link there. You don't need inventory. You don't need customer service. You just need traffic. And since you're a student, you are surrounded by a target audience of other stressed out students looking for solutions. Sell them the solution. It is ethical, it is scalable, and it can literally make you thousands a month while you sleep. I know that sounds like a scammy infomercial line, but it is just math. If you get 10 people to sign up for a $50 a month tool with a 50% commission, that is $250 a month in passive income. Do the math. It scales. So there you have it. 5 ways to stop being the broke friend. 5 ways to actually afford guacamole on your Chipotle burrito. Which one are you going to try? Or are you just going to close this tab and go back to scrolling through memes? Don't be that person. Pick one. Try it for a week. See what happens. And seriously, if you found this helpful, or if you just enjoyed watching me flail my arms around talking about money, subscribe to the channel. I post stuff like this all the time because I hate seeing people struggle financially when the internet is basically a giant ATM waiting for you to punch in the code. Thanks for hanging out. Now go get paid.